tropical disturbance that has formed in the open Western Pacific near the Micronesian islands has a chance to become a significant tropical cyclone as it enters to the Philippine Sea and affect the islands of Yap and then onto the Philippines itself. Currently at 7.5 degrees north, 148.6 degrees east, with winds of 35 miles per hour sustained, a pressure of 1006 millibars, moving just south of west right now at 8 miles per hour. That's as of midnight local time in Chuuk this December 11th. Looking at the CDPS scale for Yap on Monday night, we could see potentially a landfall there. The storm probably won't be too strong by that point, although the wind field will have expanded quite a bit on its way to intensification. So a stage 2 on the CDPS scale for there. Here it is right now in relation to the areas on the map. You can just about make out Guam at the top of the screen there, and on the right hand side you can see the round island of Pohnpei. So that's the storm's current position, currently 70 kilometers from Lugave, 169 from Satawal to the west, 768 from Guam, 1164 from Yap, and 3,113 kilometers from Manila, Philippines. No warnings are out at this point, affecting those small islands, and of course it hasn't become a tropical cyclone yet, so perhaps expectedly there are no warnings currently in effect for this storm. I believe there's a small craft advisory for the Mariana Island chain though. Here it is right now, the sustained winds backed by ASCAT, currently depicting a lot of 35 mile per hour wind barbs. The ATCF though taking it slowly there, starting it off at 20 miles per hour. This is what the GFS model is currently predicting. You can see the green areas there, that's tropical storm force winds, and it builds in intensity as it approaches the Philippine Islands, becoming a typhoon and possibly a major before it reaches the Visayas region of the Philippines and crosses right through. A rather typical track and intensity for a December typhoon. Of course they don't always happen very often, but this one could be a significant impact for the Philippines. Now, we've already been through this once before with the last storm, so who knows, it may or may not happen yet. Things could change. But early signs showing that there could be significant impacts. This is the rainfall estimates over the next 7 days. You can see how that builds as well. You can follow that line as it builds in there, moving towards the Philippines. And all of those green areas there, that is 14 inches of rainfall, which is quite a lot. Trying to work that out in millimeters, I think that's something around 300 to 400 millimeters of rainfall, and surely in localized areas you may see higher amounts than that. That is still way off yet. It will only be affecting the Philippines on day 6 and 7, so things could still change a lot. However, ahead of the storm, sea surface temperatures are very warm indeed. It's not going to be a problem for a cyclone as soon as it gets its structure sorted out, that it could intensify markedly, and you can't rule out major typhoons even in this late part of the year. So here's some satellite imagery of it now, and you can see it's still very disorganized. The convection building a little bit on the south and eastern side of the supposed center. We're not sure whether or not it has a center just yet. Probably not, although it is trying to get itself sorted. And you can see on this wider shot on the water vapor imagery just how much dryness there is way towards the north there, and that's why nothing forms there at this time of year, as well as low sea surface temperatures. But this system, after taking out 95W, has become the dominant one and should develop.